Everyone, how are y'all? This is Joanna. This is Thursday night, and I just wanted to share a little video with y'all. This has nothing to do with anything really. This isn't anything newer, it's older, but do y'all remember when Sephora had the Formula X polishes? They had the big display when they came out with them, and I loved it. It was like a big rainbow wall of color because at that time they had them up front. They had different finishes, different textures. One that I really love is called Celestial. It's like the pixie dust type polishes, the sands. Different companies named them different things. But these were a couple of my favorites and the ones that you see the most. They made all sorts of glitters and golds and silvers, and they replaced the OPI by Sephora is what it was. And you know, usually when someone replaces something, we don't really like it, but we all love these. And I was literally trying to get my hands, y'all, on every color. It was my intent. Every payout would show up and I would buy 2 or 3. And at that time, they ranged from like $12 all the way up to $15. They had one called Alchemy, and I missed Alchemy 1, and I was able to get Alchemy 2. But I remember wanting to just buy every polish. They had tans. I wanted to start from one end to the other purchasing these polishes, and they got rid of them. I loved them. I wish they would bring them back. I don't know who Formula X is. It just said Formula X for Sephora. I don't know if they are, affiliated with anything else. Like they say that China Glaze owns the Salon Perfect, or the China Glaze and Salon Perfect were affiliated, and how like OPI and Nicole Polish were affiliated. I don't know if Formula X was anything else, but what made me think of this was I wanted to share with y'all. Y'all know that I was talking about nail stamping, and I have a plate that I cannot find. Now, the look that I did today, I actually used this image here and this image here. And this image I'm not crazy about. I want to share with you. See, like right here, it showed up like a blob on my thumb. It's not as detailed as the other piece down there. And that's not at all what it looks like when you look at it. Now, the thing of it is that made me decide to just do this look was I've been wanting to use my white polish, and my hands are still in the form of cleanup, so please excuse that. White is a very chalky type polish to me. I do like it, but I don't like stark white for myself. Now, I love white on other people. I love like when they get their nails done at the salon and they have on white. I just don't feel like it looks right on me. So that is one color you will never see on me just solidly by itself. I will never ever wear a white that doesn't have anything on top of it or like nail stamping, because I just don't feel it looks right on my hand. However, this particular white is KB Shimmer. And the reason why I bring that up is because I have loved finger paints, paper mache. It's hard for me to find a white that I like. I'm not even crazy about the OPI white, but I have noticed, like I said, there are certain whites that I prefer to use under my nail stamping. This has been one of them. This Wisp by Sinful Shine, and I don't think they make these anymore. At least I don't see them anymore. I remember Lorraine Dreas talked about this one. She really loved it. And I wasn't crazy about any of the whites that I heard about, and it was because I realized it wasn't the polish itself. It was me not liking white. But like I said, when I do something like this, it's not bad. Now, like I said, this right here appears like a big giant blob, but I have a nail plate by Moira that I cannot find. No, it's not Moira. It is Lena. I cannot find it. As you see, I'm going to share this with you again. See how that looks right there? It's detailed, right? But it's not detailed on my thumb. That looks like a big old green blob. The plate that I'm looking for in my Lena set resembles this. So I think I'm going to do this look again. And when I do it, I'm going to give this nail polish a try. And I'm going to use the same stripes, just different roses. And I do want to share with you what I used. Because like I said, I like my white with stamping. So I did 2 coats of this. And it's a lot of cleanup around white. If y'all saw what my hands look like when I start versus what they look like once I start washing. Now, my hands right now, I have cleaned up a little bit, and like I said, the rest of this has to come off. I have washed dishes. I have washed my hands multiple times. I haven't taken a shower yet. When I take a shower and all the creams and the lotions, by tomorrow this will all be gone, so it'll be clear and cleaned up. But what I did was I did do 2 coats of this white, and this is the same white that if you've ever heard me say that I have what is it called? Dry brush polish. I use this white a lot. This is kind of thick and goopy. If I could open it up for you, you'd see that. And like I said, I was confusing this company with HK Girl because I use HK Girl top coat and base coat. And I was like, well, I can just place an order with them and get another bottle of this. But I would have to be specifically ordering from this company. And I haven't checked their website to see what polishes they have. And I don't necessarily want 2 of these. I need to find my finger paints paper mache, but I'm going to also use this one. I do have an OPI white, but like I said, I don't know. I just don't find whites that are smooth enough. And I hear that whites are as difficult as yellows. I think those are polishes that we just have to work with. But what I do like to do, because that's what I'm supposed to be sharing with you guys, is I'll take the white polish and put on 2 coats. And then I went over 1 coat of this, which is my Pirouette My Whistle. And it doesn't do much on white. It just smooths it out to me, and then I'll clean up around a little bit. And then on top of that, I did this because I like the way that this looks under matte polish. So you can barely see that, but in the sunlight, you'd be able to see it better. And again, I apologize because I have those parts. Like I said, I don't usually worry about going back in with Q-tips trying to get all this off, especially when I'm not going anywhere, because that's how we accidentally ding the manicure and mess it up. I just let the soap and water and the wear and tear of washing my hands take all that off. And like I said, once I run my shower, that'll be good. But I really like this. This is what's under a lot of my polishes when I do matte. So after I do that, I stamped in this color, and these are very thick. I think they have oil in them, but I have been trying to use these, and I really like them, but I need to do another order. Now, I go through the black and the white like crazy. Black, white, and bones, I usually order 2 of those. I have the turquoise over there. And usually when I do white stamping, this is the first time that I have used this color right here. It's metallic-y because when this separates, it's hard to shake them up. And I know they make polish shakers. I never got one. But I usually will do that, what is it, China? The China look. I'll do like a blue, my blue stamping polish. My navy is another one that I can order in 2. Military green, navy, white, and black, and bones. I usually get 2 of those when I order them because I go through those like crazy. So then after I did the nail stamping, that's when I go over everything with a matte top coat. And I need more of this. I found out that I really like this Zoya one. China Glaze had one. I don't know if they still do. OPI had one. And I think it was, whose nail polish was that? I cannot believe, it's a cheaper brand, but it was very, very good. And Miss MKB lady, her favorite color in it was sweet orange. And the name of it is right on the tip of my tongue, but it was very good and it didn't fade my stamping. That's my point. And this one doesn't fade my stamping. But my one looks like it has powder at the bottom of it. And I've been in this bottle hot and heavy. So I definitely need to place a Zoya order. And I will get like 2 or 3 of these because I have been really, really liking the matte look on my nails. And all that means is it's not shiny. Now, if I decide I want my nails to be shiny, I can just put some top coat over top of this. But see that right there? Like, yeah, soap and water will get that off. But I do like that matteness. And then I really do like this little stripy plate. So I just wanted to share that with you. Now, the funny thing was, y'all, what started this, I had been looking for one of my orange bottles of polish. And I do have many oranges, but I didn't know what color I was looking for until I found this one. Would y'all believe if I told y'all I didn't even know that I had this color? If I would have shared this with you all in the haul, which I'm certain I did, I don't know if I ever opened it up and used it or if I just shared it with y'all, because to my knowledge, I don't remember using this. But I think I would like to do this maybe using some browns and golds and go ahead and do it in a matte look. We'll have to see what I come up with. But at the time that I was looking for my orange, I wanted to do a yellow, orange, and white look. Or just a yellow and orange look, maybe some kind of a gradient. So we'll see. But I'm glad that I found this, and I'll be working with this next week. But that was it. I just wanted to share that little bit with you and to ask if any of y'all remember the if any of y'all remember the Formula X polish that Sephora had. I wish they would have kept it. And then again, this nail stamping plate, y'all, I have used multiple images. This one I really, really love. I forget about the rose image that is on here, but I do like it a lot. And I want to do a white and lavender look. So, but yeah, the one that's on my Lena plate, it resembles this, but it's more finely cut and etched and detailed. But this is, I didn't find this plate when I did the look that I got on now. Because like I said, I'm going to do this again. Same look, same colors. I'm just going to substitute the nails that have my rose for this. Because see, that just looks like a big old blob. It doesn't even look like what it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to give it a try with this. But again, that was it. And in case y'all wanted to see, because I should at least show you the images on these plates if I'm going to do this. Because maybe somebody wants to see. So, and this kind of stamping right here, if I were to say do like what I've got on in this color, it would be mostly green, and then the white of my nail polish would be the cutout. So when it looks like this, your stamping polish is going to cover all of your base polish. And then of course, I really do like this though. Do y'all know? I don't think I've used this part of this plate. And then again, this one was a queen one. I think this one came in a set that they had, and I ended up loving this plate most of all. I use this image a ton. And then the single roses. This one's a nice one. I have another plate with an image just like this. It has the solid version and the cutout version. And then that rose right there, they did a gradient green. I would like to try that. So that was it. Evidently y'all can tell I'm bored. I'm just on here. But until the next time, everyone have a great night.